In case you didn't know, there has already been a few station wagons and shooting brakes built on the platform of the Model S, and this is one of them right here. This is a blue one from the UK, and it was a British entrepreneur who wanted the performance of a Model S, but he also wanted enough space to carry his dogs. Personally, it's not how should I say this? It's not a very beautiful design. I don't like the C-pillar treatment. It doesn't play well with the rest of the design. To me, it looks too boxy, and it just looks like it's an added part to the Tesla Model S, which in fact it is. But when you do that, you also need to consider the rest of the design of the car, so everything needs to play well together. But it's still the fastest wagon in the world with a 0 to 60 time of 2.8 seconds, so that's something that you can brag about to your friends when you're driving around in this. There's also this green one right here by Dutch Coach Builder. It was built for a client that was obsessed with shooting brake style cars or sporty station wagons. Is basically the same thing. He's also a huge EV fan and apparently wanted to mix the two interests, and out came this green mean machine. Same thing here though. There is some weird things going on in the C-pillar where the kind of the added part blends into the rest of the car. It looks better than the blue one here, but the problem that I have, it looks too messy. It looks like there is too many lines going on, and this fold of the body that kind of folds over the rest of the C-pillar, too complex for it to be a Tesla Model S wagon that could have come from Tesla themselves. So it looks like we need to go to Italy to find a third example where this actually looks really good, and this is by Italian coach builder RS Design. And this to me looks like it could actually be a car that came out from the Tesla factory. I think everything blends well together. Maybe the integrated ducktail could have been a little bit less aggressive and more subtle when it's a station wagon like this, but it makes the car look different, and I kind of like this design. It looks really cool, and especially the C-pillar treatment on this one compared to the other two is like night and day. But the problem here is with all of these designs is that it's based on the Model S, and the Model S compared to where the design is going with Tesla, as we saw with the Cybertruck, it's a completely different approach to design, and it's kind of the lack of design that creates a new brand identity for Tesla, and that's exactly what we're going to use in this redesign here. We're going to create a Tesla Cyberwagon. Why would we do that? Well, first of all, because Tesla needs a wagon in its lineup, and second, wagons are awesome. So this wagon will be inspired by contemporary minimalist architecture where large graphical features builds up the object without being cluttered by lines and angles that don't have a purpose. And that's exactly what they did with the Cybertruck. It's so minimalistic that you can't remove any other features from it without it affecting its functionality, if that makes sense. And that's kind of what I want to make here. So here we are, of course, in Photoshop, and I'm starting to remove any lines that don't need to be on this car, on this Cyberwagon that we're creating. So I think it's, when you look at the Cybertruck, so the thing is, how is Tesla supposed to have a brand identity when they don't have any type of styling in their cars at all? It's such a minimalistic design approach that, as I said, if you remove anything else, if you remove any other lines off the Cybertruck, it's going to affect its function. It's that basic of a design. So how can they have a brand identity with that kind of approach? Well, the thing is, by doing that, by having that approach, they are the only ones doing it, especially with the Cybertruck. If in case they, I don't know, if it still feels weird. I don't even know if they're going, if it's still if it's a joke, is how the production Cybertruck is going to look like or not. But let's assume that this is the approach that they're going to take. So they are the only company that makes a design this minimal. So that in itself creates a brand identity and a design language that is unique for Tesla, because nobody else is doing it. Every other car company out there, they have some sort of styling graphic on their cars to create this identity. It can be the grille, it can be the headlights, it can be the side profile or whatever you want. So the idea with this Cyberwagon here is to take the essence of the design language of the Cybertruck, but at the same time I want to have a little bit of styling in there. The inspiration for this is, as I said in the beginning, contemporary architecture and minimalistic styling. So if you look at houses today that have this styling that I'm looking for, they are very, very basic in their approach, and it's usually the houses are usually built up by very few basic geometries that kind of melts together and creates the house. And the transitions between these basic geometries isn't always smooth. So you have very sharp edges and 90-degree corners and stuff like that. But what it creates is an effective living area because you're utilizing the space in a very efficient way, since all the corners are pushed out as far as they can go. And it does affect the styling of the car. It's going to look like a box, basically. If you look at Cybertruck, it looks like a wedge. That's it. They just took a wedge and took it inside profile and added some wheels to it. But the effectiveness of this, and it's also been proven by wind tunnel tests, that this shape is actually very effective when it comes to preserving the battery range and extending the battery range. And the wind resistance is far less than you have on a regular truck, such as the Ford F-150 or the Ram 1500 and trucks like that has this additional styling to it. Overall, I just think it's a really bold move by Tesla to create this kind of styling, but at the same time, it's so refreshing to see something this far off the norm, and it makes me excited because, as I said in the Tesla Cybertruck video that I made a while back, I think this will open up, you know, if one company starts doing crazy stuff like this, I think this will open up to other companies to start experimenting with new geometries, because we can do that now, because we're building cars that are electric. We don't need the engine, we don't need to have a hood for a specific length to fit the engine anymore, because there is no engine. The whole battery is just the basic platform on the car, so whatever geometries you want to build on top of that, you're free to do whatever you want. But of course it needs to follow the safety standards and stuff like that, which I also think is going to change with the development of new materials and new crumple zones and stuff like that will be applied to these geometries that we're going to see with electric cars. And I'm not only excited about the geometries and the design of electric cars moving forward, let's say 10, 15, 20 years. I was watching Jay Leno's Garage, and they had the Porsche Taycan on there, and it still feels so weird to see a car, you know, accelerate like that with 700 something horsepower completely. Just to, you know, you hear a little whine when it goes, because I think it needs to have some sort of sound if you don't want to accelerate 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds without anybody hearing that, you know, a massive car is coming towards you. So I think they need to have some sort of sound, but it still looks so surreal and feels like we're living in Tron world right now. And I think it's so cool. The new race is going to be not about horsepower, because we can push 1,000 horsepower in a battery today pretty easily. The new race is going to be about battery technology and the range race. So who can get to, let's say, 500, 600, 1,000 mile range on a battery? That is going to be the new type of competition between automakers. So it's more of a technology now and less of a car industry. It's more of a, that's why Sony, for example, came out with the Vision S. And I think, honestly, more electronic companies that have been solely consumer electronics, I think more of these companies are going to start looking into the car industry and the automotive industry and go into that with a new sense of purpose, because they have all this experience behind them creating technologies, and especially electric stuff, batteries and stuff. So they have the knowledge to create these cars. They just need to apply that in a bigger scale and hire some cool designers to create a geometry on top of these larger scale products that have already been manufactured for decades. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very excited about the EV era moving forward, and this is my version of the Cyberwagon here. I think this looks awesome, really. I think this is exactly what I was going for. A simple architecture and zero, you know, minimal styling. So even the rear lights here, they're just bars. That's all you need. It fills the function of the car, and it also creates these pillars on the side that kind of holds up the shoulder line. I did create a little bit of a styling feature on the shoulder line because I love that on the Tesla Model S. This little chamfer, extra chamfer that you have, the main chamfer, the shoulder line, and then as you move back on the, further back on the car, you have an additional little shelf there. And this just creates more of a beefy and planted look, especially if you were to look at this from a direct rear view. But I'm very happy with this result. It doesn't look like any other wagon out there, and that's exactly the point. It's something new. We need to push the boundaries of design and come up with some new stuff. Stop copy pasting and just put whatever label you want onto the car and make it your brand. Let's start experimenting and have some fun with these new geometries that we're allowed to play with when it comes to electric vehicles. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm the Sketch Monkey. If you did enjoy this longer video than usual, I think it's going to be, hit that like button. It really means a lot to me. And subscribe if you are new. Let me know what you think about this architecture Tesla Cyberwagon in the comments below. I look forward to hearing what you have to say about it. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.